Hello, hello. Welcome to DIY Try or Buy podcast with your host, Yiesha and Mee Hee. Unfortunately, Yiesha will be by herself today, but Mee Hee will be joining us on our next episode. But this one is really special to me personally. If you follow us on our Hot Mic Monday, we've actually been talking about being intentional about kindness, right? So as you know, elections are coming up. We have only a few more days for early voting. I know here in Indiana, you have a few more days left. I'm actually taking my mom tomorrow to get her vote in, to cast her vote. We talked about it in some previous Hot Mic Mondays in an episode where, it's better to vote early so you can free up resources for those that they're still trying to get to vote. And also, if you have problems at the polls on the election day, you can alleviate that if you actually vote early and know what your status is. So if you decide to vote the day of voting, just make sure you bring all the proper identification, your passport, your driver's license, your registration card. Just make sure you're ready. Okay, so I know you guys are sick of hearing about voting, but please remember local voting. That's very important. Okay, now that I'm done with that, I really want to share with you that tomorrow is Halloween. So when this post, it will be Halloween. A lot of people are celebrating Halloween. So I would just say to all the little kiddos, please be safe while you're trick-or-treating out there. Make sure all of your parents check your candy because you never know what's being put into the candy. And just make sure that you're having a safe time and a fun time on tomorrow. But Halloween is coming up, but most importantly, November, the first part of November, you have Thanksgiving. You have a lot of giving holidays that are coming up with Thanksgiving and Christmas. So Mee Hee and I thought, why not introduce something it could just be simple, just simple things that we can do. It doesn't have to be elaborate. It doesn't have to be boastful. It doesn't have to be grandiose. But just do kind things for a stranger, for a family member, for your kids, for a teacher. We just want to spread some kindness. So we've created a nice little chart that I will post on our Instagram page as well as our TikTok and probably Facebook as well, of 30 ideas of intentional kindness. And I'm going to show you what this looks like here. And it looks like this, okay? 30-day challenge of intentional kindness. So some of the things that we talked about is if you see a senior citizen, you might, take their card at the grocery store to the rack. If you see a veteran with a hat on, and you can just say simply, thank you for your service. It doesn't take much. It doesn't cost anything for you to extend kindness, especially with the voting coming up. I would say be kind to your country, cast your vote. Think of those that came before you. Be kind, vote, right? So 30 days, we're giving you ideas. We would love to hear your ideas of how you spread kindness. I know a lot of people, when they buy coffee at different coffee shops, they pay it forward and buy someone else's coffee that's coming behind them. I think that's an amazing idea. But again, when you think of kindness, please share the things that you do already, and it doesn't have to cost money. I always try to make intentional commitment each day to do something nice, whether I'm giving someone a compliment, whether I'm putting an additional tip in, whether I know I was in Chicago yesterday to see Usher, amazing concert, a few hiccups, but that's a whole nother podcast. But we had my friend and I, we had an amazing server, I should say, and his name was Sergio at Legal Seafood. I need to Yelp that experience, but he was absolutely amazing, very attentive. We sat outside by the pier, Navy Pier, but he was just amazing. I was like, you always think as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, and I write this in my journal, people that I come across that if I ever have an opportunity to hire anyone or to partner or work with anyone, those are the type of people that I want to stay in relationship with because they were just amazing. So Sergio, shout out to you. But back to what we're saying. So please, after you listen to this podcast episode, I want you to look at our Instagram, look at our TikTok, or wherever social media platform that you follow us on. And I want you to look at ways that you can be kind, right? And then add some yourself. And please share with us what you're doing, because I'm always trying to find new ways of doing new things, okay? I'm going to share another one because this podcast actually isn't long at all, because I'm talking to myself because Mee Hee is not joining me, but that's okay. I put on here, try and make someone smile or laugh. Now, nothing vulgar. Y'all know, Mee Hee and I are both Christians, and we ain't trying to have y'all going out here acting crazy. But just be mindful of how you trying to make somebody laugh. It could be through a meme, a text that you send to someone. Someone might have passed away, and you want to, make their day by spending time with them or making them laugh, like I was saying before. But just be mindful. Just be mindful. Use your best judgment as you do this. But again, that is our task. That is our challenge for November. Mee Hee and I will probably beat you over the head on what we want you to do during this time. And during election season, I hate to keep going back to it, but it is what it is. People can be so nasty, right? People can be so mean. And you have to lead with love. Let love direct your path, and be kind. I mean, if people are just being mean when you kind, I mean, it is what it is. Pray for them, right? But I just think with this time and all the ugliness that's going on with this, I just think we just need more kindness and more love in the world. And I know that's getting me through. I know we all have our different things that we're going through in our testimonies, but it always makes me feel better to come up out of myself, come up out of my situation, and just give to someone else. I think I've shared with you too that my son and I, we volunteer at our church pantry. And in the midst of giving, they're actually giving to me. It's blessing me. And through that blessing, I've had some amazing, I think is amazing ideas on how I can better help or utilize my services with the pantry to just make it even better. For example, when you give, it will come back to you, and you just don't know how it will come back to you. But in that situation, that giving thing that I did to serve, it came back to me even more on another level on how I can give. So as people were walking through, I was noticing there was a particular product that a lot of people weren't picking up. And I don't think it's necessarily because they don't want to eat the certain thing. I just really feel like they just don't know how to prepare it. So with me loving to cook whole foods, I talked to the director and I'm like, look, this would be a great opportunity for me to eat for simple things that would only take me a few minutes to do. But maybe provide recipe cards, add to the recipe cards that we have, do demonstrations. And again, don't always feel like people don't want your food or don't want this or don't want that. It may be just simply they don't want to waste it, and they're not taking certain things because they just don't know how to eat it or how to prepare it, or they don't know different ways they can utilize said produce or grain or whatever it is. So I'm excited. I'm excited because that small act of giving birthed a whole new thing for me to share as far as my gifts with my church. So long story, but I wanted just to share with you how giving can come back to you, and it can come back to you spiritually, monetarily, different business ideas. You just never know. So I'm excited. I'm excited to hear all of the things that you're going to do. Get your children involved. Get your husband involved. Look, giving is contagious. It's not a bad thing to do, right? And it doesn't take a lot of our time. Open the door for somebody. You see their hands are full, open the door. Okay, I can go on and on, but I'm not going to do that. But I'm excited about November. I'm excited to hear about all the love and infectious giving that we're going to give to other people, be it our friends, our family, or even strangers. So again, look at the list. Let me know what you think. And I just look forward to hearing your stories, and I look forward to doing the work of God, just loving on people, because people need to be loved on. Real talk, people need some light. So with this challenge, we will be the light in the midst of all the darkness that we see, and in the midst of all the darkness that we are encountering. let's continue to be 10 toes down about being the light. All right, so that is our episode. I thank you for listening to my long tangent on intentional giving, but I'm excited. I thank God for this platform that He's given me, He and myself, just to talk and just to be relevant on the things that are important to us, because guess what? There's always an audience for everybody, right? It could be one, an audience of one, it could be thousands, it could be millions, but we're just appreciative of what He's given us and the people that we're able to touch. So I thank you, God bless, and thank you for listening to the podcast You Didn't Know You Needed. Have a good day. Bye. Peace.